Now, Manchester City travel Sporting Lisbon without, of course, Tevez, their talisman of a year ago, and now, of course, the problem boy. I mean, really, the boy who's caused them so much problems for the last 5 months. Now then, he made his return in a Manchester City shirt last night at Hyde. If you don't know where Hyde is, it's a tiny little town in Cheshire, and that's where Manchester City reserves play. There are about 1,000 people there. One of them was Manchester City fan Andy, who's up on the Skype. Well, now, Andy, a very good evening to you.
Good evening, guys. You okay?
Yeah, very good indeed, Andy. That's some dedication, that. So you got in the old car, you got over to Hyde, you had a look at Mr. Tevez. What was the verdict?
It was only a 5-minute walk from me, Mike. I'm a local Hyde lad myself.
Oh, good man. OK, so it's just down the road. Good for you. I'm glad you're walking. Some people would get in the car and travel 5 minutes, believe me, without walking. Go on, mate. Tell us what your impressions were.
To be honest, I was a little surprised because I got there just before it came out to warm up. Yep. And when it came out, there's a few rumbles, a few light boos, nothing really heavy. And the rest of the City fans just seemed to mute the boos with a round of applause for him, which I found a little bit surprising. Mm-hmm. While he was warming up, he was a little bit sheepish. He wore a hat, saying that it was a cold night. He wore a hat, and they went, as he was going back in after the warm up. You know, the City fans actually, clapped him and the rest of the City lads through. When he came out for the first half, he started off okay-ish, nothing special, and then for some reason his touch just picked up, and he seemed to gain a lot of confidence from it because he was getting clapped as well. It seemed like a weight was off his shoulders, and to be honest, for the whole 70 minutes, then he was absolute class. And I know he was only playing against Bolton reserves, but you could tell he's head and shoulders above anything what was on the park.
And that's a massive thing, that there's confidence coming back, because he hasn't played in competitive football. And for him, a couple of good touches, bringing other players into the game, the crowd obviously clapping him, feels welcome. And the one thing that's never been in any doubt is his attitude once he goes over the white line. And
I'm struggling to hear you there, Flash.
Sorry, and I was just saying about how, even though he is a world-class performer, his confidence would have taken a knock. And he hadn't played any football. It does take a little time to get back. But the one thing that's never been in doubt is his attitude once he goes over the white line.
Yeah, well, that's it. And what was surprised as well, it's the first time I've actually seen him in the flesh. You see the little snippets since he's returned on Sky and stuff like that. But he actually looked in trim. And I've been speaking to somebody today. When he came back from Argentina, playing golf, he was only actually 5 pounds heavier than he was, when he was actually playing before he went AWOL.
I think that's quite significant, 5 pounds heavier. I think he should have got himself back here leaner than he was when he went.
Yeah, he did. As I say, his touch and everything last night was absolutely superb. And the goal he scored, well, he had to equalise, didn't he? He had to score, and it was the build-up. Nobody can ever accuse him of not fighting for the shirt. And even last night against Bolton, he was typical Tevez. He was chasing balls down. He was, his 1-2s. He's off the ball. Because I always, when I'm watching a football match live, I always watch, what's going off the ball, not just where the ball is. And his movement, and he got clattered by a Bolton player as well. I think it was early in the first half, and he just shrugged himself down. And just got on with it, and I think that was the moment where he just thought, I need to be getting back in this. And I reckon he's ready for about 20-30 minutes on the bench on Sunday against Swansea.
And how did he celebrate when he scored? Could you see the relief in his face?
It did look. The first thing he did was go over to, I think it was Denis Suarez, who's another top quality player. It just went over to him, just because it was him and Suarez who linked up well, a quick 1-2, and you could tell he did look relieved, and when he came off, he actually got a standing ovation. But the funny thing was, there was 1,147 there last night. As soon as Tevez went off after 70 minutes, there was just me, my lad. And the ball boys, pretty much, everyone just seemed to go as soon as Tevez went off.
Really, it just filtered away. So he's clearly an object of mass fascination, even if he, does have his detractors there. But all in all, seems to me like he might have won a few doubters over last night with his performance.
The way I see it, Mike, is a world-class footballer, and he's a world-class idiot as well. You know, for what he's done, but you can never doubt his ability. And you know, you tell me one person who's not made a mistake in life. So you know, for me. It doesn't matter whether it's me, whether it's Tevez, Mancini, it's Manchester City. What's more important? And if it means bringing Tevez back to try and help us get this title push, you've got to bring him in. He's a world class footballer.
Yep, absolutely right, Andy. I'm so grateful to you for coming on tonight, mate. Particularly as you witnessed the return of Tevez last night, something that you'll talk about for years and years to come, I would think. We wish you well, mate. We'll see you up on the Skype wall again soon.
See you later, guys.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Stay ahead of the game with Sports Tonight Live. Don't miss a thing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search for Sports Tonight Live on Facebook and like our fan page. Follow Sports Tonight TV on Twitter and tweet us your thoughts and opinions. Sports Tonight Live, it's the platform for the fans.